This is a pecha kucha on Myth and Folklore by Jeff LaFountain, which is me. There will be 20 slides, and each one will be done in 20 seconds as per the format. So, let's go ahead and get started. Myths are defined as a widely held false belief or idea. This means that, it's not that it's proven to be false, but that it is widely accepted as so. Now, myths are created by people, typically the result of people attempting to explain the unexplainable. Now, this could be anything, as long as the event is, not understood. And generally, they aren't. Myths are often created most notably from events that happen in our reality, typically a war, a natural phenomenon, often the creation or death of something or someone who is important. It is interesting that most myths are grounded outside our laws of physics and the concept of normality. Yet, despite them being intriguing, they offer no benefits to the physical world. As in, they don't help or hinder anything. The story of Zeus smiting his brother Hades, or the story of how a man stumbled across a magical lamp and spoke to a genie, or the story of a woman who could see the future and alter it by waving her hands in a puddle of water. All those stories have supernatural occurrences. The study of these myths allow us to break down its components and understand what makes them so fascinating. Greek myth is one of the most notable of mythological collections containing villains and heroes. In fact, monsters are created from myths. They simply are created from an unnatural event or a magical being. They are typically created to test a being's power or to influence their surroundings. Folklore creatures are also created from myths. They are born or bred in an alternate world or different plane of existence, so that they can have information humans wouldn't typically have. They generally don't hold regards for human rules, and they enjoy messing with humans. However, most of these folklorist creatures, and most creatures in general, share common traits due to their origins being based in stories. They interact with humans, have thought and emotions, and have clear objectives and rules. Even if they look different or act different, they still carry human action and drive. Because of this, monsters and folklore make great creatures to place in various forms of media. People use them for inspiration in art. They've spawned ideas and concepts in all forms of life. Whoops. All forms of life. In fact, most games utilize creatures to attack the player, speak to the player, and help the player, so the player can feel a connection with the character they play as, adding human aspects in a way to familiarize the player to the world. Games aren't the only media that do so. In fact, movies use this concept well. It has even spawned an entire genre called horror, as people generally encounter a monster, either in a human form or a terrible physical form, that is generally faster and stronger than its victims. Fantasy and science fiction are also genres started entirely due to mythological and folklore influences, where people are unsatisfied with creating a single monster and generally resort to creating an entire world where rules are different than on Earth. And Myth has withstood time and kept its belief system in some traditions. In fact, even in America, it is still believed that if you break a mirror, or run past a black cat, or go under an open ladder, you will receive bad luck. And America isn't the only place who will still hold such beliefs. In fact, myth and folklore share the same pull of imagination, made corporeal, and their stories inspire us all to want to create something just as good, something that others can experience and can take away from and, well, learn. You know, it's myth and folklore. It's they're definitely hard influences on everything that we do. And for those who don't believe that myths have anything to do with you, I ask you to look closely at the things you enjoy: the television, the games, and the books. Even some sports carry with them remnants of myth or tale that its creator applied to their product. In summary, myths are great stories and tales, and you should learn about some and see what you can take away from them. Remember, myths are only myths if they are widely believed to be false. What might be a myth to you could be true to another, and this impact of belief is a great tool to learn. Some believe that dragons and elves are myth, while others believe they are real and merely exist elsewhere than here. But the question is, what do you believe in? Do you believe these myths to be real? Or would it be just myths? Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this presentation and took away something. Now, go out there and find your own stories.